So, like I said before, today we're going to do quadratic graphs and inequalities with Desmos. So, good thing this is a quick lesson. So if you look at Desmos, it should look like this, where you can type things in right here, and then you will get a graph. Was everybody able to find Desmos? Hopefully, even if you weren't, the person next to you is, and you can kind of look at their work. So it's Desmos, D-E-S-M-O-S, Desmos graphing calculator. So you will use your computer just like when you do the district assessment. So I'm going to show you that all I'm going to do is to type in there exactly what I see. So I see x squared. So you have to do the little up arrow to type a square. It's like, looks like a house, a rooftop. It's called a carrot. You got to type it in like that. X squared plus 3 greater than negative 4x. So I will type it in exactly the way I see it. And your graph should look like this. I want to zoom in, so I'm going to just use my mouse to kind of, hold on. So I can't see those numbers. Okay, there we go. Now I can kind of see. So I'm going to make my Desmos graphing calculator. And you'll type it in just like that. When it says draw a number line, we're going to do that. We're going to draw a number line. And the only two numbers that we care about are the two numbers where it crosses. And I can't see that far. So what are these two numbers? Negative 3, negative 1.
Carrot thing isn't.
Yep.
It's not working.
You have to do shift. That's how you get the buttons on the top. And then it's shaded on the outside. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
I did that. Yeah.
You have to type what?
What? Once you do the shift and then the arrow thing, then you have to press space and then put 2.
Okay. I did not have to do that. Maybe it's just a Chromebook thing. And so now I'm going to shade where it shows shading. So it shows shading like that. So Desmos just did that problem for me. Thank you, Desmos. You have a problem exactly like this on your DA. I want you to get it right.
On what?
On the district assessment, which is your midterm. Sorry, it is what it is. So I'm going to do the same thing with this problem, that I'm going to type in exactly what I see. So for this one, all I have to do is change this to a minus 14. I'm not going to type it all in again. Minus 14. The sign is going to change to a less than, and then it's a 5x. So I didn't type it all back in, just the things that changed. And so for this one, you can kind of move these over. You can scroll in and out. Okay, now I found it. So it looks like, yeah, it's at negative 2. And then I think it's, yeah, negative 2 and 7. So I'm going to make my number line. And then for this one, it's shaded in the middle. That is it. On your district assessment, it is a multiple choice question. All you have to do is type it in and see which one has a graph that looks like the one that you use Desmos to make. That's it. Please make sure you write those down on your notes. Mhm. Mhm. On number one, you put arrows. On the second one, you don't. And I think that we're still gonna have time to play Family Feud, even with the fire alarm.
Upgrade to an 806 Energy Star certified hybrid electric V100 vehicles and take advantage of federal and 4 times more efficient.
If a person's head is down in church, what are they doing?
On their phone.
Reading a Bible?
I think reading is a good one.
I don't think that's.
What else?
Looking, searching. Gonna be something.
Right, start sheet or something.
Oh my goodness. That's silly. Whatever. The next two problems, we are going to use Desmos again. So it says, solve for the zeros of a function. So to do that, we're going to sketch a graph and indicate the solutions. So I'm going to, for both of these, sketch a graph. Okay, I'm going to sketch a graph. Yeah, I'm going to sketch a graph, but I'm going to use Desmos to help me. So to use Desmos to help me, I'm going to type in exactly what I see. So I'm going to delete all of that, and I'm going to type in y equals -1 divided by 4, and I have to arrow over, parentheses, x minus 1. 1 divided by 4, like the slash button. And then I have to put squared plus 4. So I have two numbers and they're where I cross the x-axis. So what are the two numbers where I cross? It looks like -1, 2, -3. And my graph is pointing down. The solutions, when it says solve, you're looking for the two spots where you cross the x-axis. The solutions are here and here. On your district assessment, it is an interactive question. So the question gives you a graph. They give you the graph. They tell you the equation, they give you the graph. You have to, with your little mouse, click on the 2 points that are the solution. Those are the two spots you would click. Let's do the next one. So the next one, I'm going to type in. I'm not going to type everything in. I'm just going to type over the stuff that changes. So -3 x plus 2 or -2 and then -4. Huh. I could sketch it. It's somewhere over here.
That has no solutions.
That is correct.
So just do nothing.
So that one is no solution. No solution.
The solutions are only in the x-axis, right?
Correct. They're only the places where they cross the x-axis. The one on your district assessment isn't like this, but we need to know what would happen if it looked like this. It's no solution. So far, so good. Using Desmos makes our life easier, right? Please make sure you use Desmos on the district assessment. Our first marking period district assessment was also on the computer, but we didn't use it as a grade. Every other one this year will be a grade. So every other one this year, I want you to do amazing on it. So I'm going to make sure you know how to do those questions. Moving on, let's do another round. Name something in the countryside that people love the smell of.
Rain.
Very good. Very good. The next question, we've been reading these, right? We've already had these a couple times. If x is equal to -1 is one of the solutions to the quadratic equation, what's the other solution? We've had this question, right? You just had a question like this on your test. Now we're going to use Desmos. Looky, looky. You're going to love it. So now we're going to type it in exactly the way you see it. Nope, it's not getting harder today. So we're going to type it in the way we see it. So 3x squared minus 6x minus 9 equals 0. When you type this, it only shows up 2 dots right here. It's not showing a regular graph, so it's just a number line. So we've got -1 and 3, right? So here's my number line, and there's only stuff at -1 and 3, right? The problem says x is equal to -1 is one of the solutions. What's the other one? 3. That is the other solution. 3. So this one was given. This one is the other one. Please, let's make sure we get these right. You don't really have to solve it. Desmos will help you. These are 4 questions off of your district assessment that you can get like that using Desmos. Another brain break. Name something people often open their mouth to do. I don't know how to spell yawn.
Try.
PG answers. I feel like people open their mouth to yell.
Well, you last one, it's not hilarious. It's gonna be. No.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh, that's frustrating.
What was it?
Dental work. Dental work. All right. The next question. This is not Desmos, but we could use Desmos to help us. We could do that. I'll show you both ways. So if we use Desmos and we type in exactly what we see. So y equals -1/2 x minus 2 squared plus 4. The vertex is the little point. It's either the maximum or minimum point. So what is it? 2, 4.
Oh, so basically the pinnacle.
Yeah. You don't have to actually graph this if you don't want to. It's always opposite of that number and then the same of that number. But hey, guess what? You can graph it and always get the right answer. So let's graph the other one.
Wait, so it's always the opposite. What number?
Opposite of what's in the middle. So see how it's -2?
So what happens when
So it's
fraction?
+2. You're not going to have a fraction in the middle.
Oh, so you always have a equal number?
But again, you can always type it in to see. So it's always opposite of this number and the same for this number. So I can tell you already what this, the second one's going to be. It's going to be opposite of what's in parentheses. So -3 and then -1. Let's graph it to double check. So this comes out to be 1/2 and then x. This is a +3 on the inside. +3. And then -1. So it's -3, -1. Very good. Again, you don't have to take the time to type it out. If you can remember that everything in parentheses is opposite, so it'll be +2, and then the stuff after parentheses is the same. So it's +4. Let's finish our round.